Welcome to Land a House. I'm Seth. GooLoo just sent over a small power station that's designed to both power up your small electronic devices or double as a 12-volt battery jump starter. So let's go ahead and take a look at these features of this power station. Let's do a quick unboxing so you can see what all comes with this product. Have a user manual, a bag to store everything in. This right here is a little compartment you can open up to see it has the car charger here, and also has an outlet, a USB, and then a USB-C right there. It has a couple of cables with the unit. This right here is part of the jump start kit, so you can plug this in right here into the power station and jump start a battery. It's got a USB to USB-C right here, a cable. And then it's got a cable that is USB-C to USB-C. It also comes with this little carabiner that has an S shape to it. Now let's move on to the power station itself. There we go. So you can see it is a decent size to be able to store into your car or under a seat somewhere. And that's everything that comes with this product right here, all laid out. Let's go ahead and take a deep dive into each one of these things. Let's take a look at each one of the components that comes with this product. First of all, you have the alligator clamps. The spring on this seems to be nice and secure. Definitely has a lot of closing force. Seems to be made of quality, so I like that a lot. The other end over here is going to connect to the power station, and we will get to that in just a moment. It's an 8 gauge wire, so definitely able to handle the short bursts of amperage that will be sent to the car battery. Alright, like before I said, we have just a couple of USB cables. I'll use one of these in a moment to charge this unit up. Has that carabiner that you can, I guess, hang this from something if you need to. And then it's got the car adapter here. So this end right here will go into your cigarette lighter, and then this end over here will allow you to have a power plug. So it says it is a 120 watt max. Right here you've got your USB output, which is 5 volt, 9 volt, or 12 volt. And then you've got your PD 30 watt USB right here on this side. Basically, it's just a little adapter that lets your cigarette lighter power things in your car. And then you've got your cigarette lighter out down here so that you can still use your regular car cigarette lighter if need be while this is connected. Alright, and then it's also got a little carrying case that you can put the unit in whenever it's being stored. Now let's take a look at the unit itself. So it's got a carrying handle up on this side. A metal bar is supporting that. On the front display, you've got your display here with the boost button and the power button. There are no vents on the unit anywhere. Over here, there's a light. We'll get to that in a moment. And then on this side, you've got your cigarette lighter plug. And then if you lift the flap right here, you can see where you have your connection for the alligator clamps there. It's got a single barrel plug there, a USB 3, and then USB Type-C right there. Functionality of the unit is very easy. So the power button right here, you press once and it will show you the battery state. So we've got 79%. If I hold the power button down, I'll see the light over here turn on. And if I press the button, you can see it scroll through a couple of settings, and then it goes off. And then once again, just pressing that once will turn the battery off. So as far as functionality goes, it's quite simple. My lawnmower battery is on its way out, and I have been starting it with another jump starter. And so let's go ahead and use this one to see how well this is going to work. So I've got the alligator clamps here. I'm going to plug this up to the power station, just like that right there. And next I'm going to connect these to the battery of my lawnmower. I'm going to clamp the negative to the negative over here. And then I'm going to clamp the positive to the positive over here. The display on the jump starter has ready written here, which means it is now prepared to start this battery. As you can see right here. I'm going to turn the key and see if it'll crank up here. Let's give it a little choke. Alright, the light is back to ready again. Looks like this unit's going to charge from the wall at 18 watts. Oh, 19, 17. Let's take a look at these ports real quick. This is a DC out 15 volt 10 amp cigarette lighter plug right there. If you go up here, you've got the jump starter out, the DC barrel plug. It's a 15 volt 10 amp. You've got a USB type A, and it's a 5 volt 2.4 amp. And over here you've got USB, and this is a type A3. It's 5 volt, 9 volt, or 12 volt. And lastly over here is the in or out, and this is a USB type C 100 watts. So that's where your fast charging comes into over there. Alright, and that's right here on the front it says 100 watts supercharge. Alright, let's go ahead and use one of these ports. I've got a little speaker here which I can charge up on this charger. So open that up, and this is, of course, is a USB mini, and then you come over here and open up this, and let's go into the USB 3. There we go. All right, tap that once. It says 1 watt is being used right here. And so I should be able to see the red light down in there. So yeah, that is charging as it should. While this speaker is charging, I'm going to hook up a little air compressor to the cigarette lighter down here. Let me go ahead and plug that up. Okay, the fan on this thing starts up immediately. So I'm going to go ahead and push the power and see if that's going to turn on. Yes. So it's using a little over 120 watts there. Very nice. All right, so the cigarette lighter portion of this works well. The jump starter and battery backup is nice enough on its own, but this kit also includes this little inverter, which is also nice. So I'm going to hook it up to the car, and then I've brought out a little box fan so we can see the DC power running an AC appliance. Let's go ahead and hook this up real quick and see if it works well. I've turned the key on. I haven't started the motor yet. Let's see if this will work with the with just that on. This car may not reach in there. This car has 2 cigarette lighter ports, and sadly this inverter, well, maybe it'll go this way. Let's see. Nope. Okay, let's try this vehicle and see if it fits in here. Well, the design of this inverter wouldn't work on either of my cars because it was too boxy. So some cars it might work in. But anyway, let's go ahead and use it on the little power battery bank like it was intended to be used. Okay, there we go. So the light is coming on. And if I plug this up here, I should be able to turn my fan on now. There you go. Hopefully you can see that that came on. It's quite a dirty fan, huh? All right, so yes, that power inverter is working as you would expect. Okay, I guess that actually gives us even more options for USB down here. So I could unplug this and then plug up down here, and would allow me to charge another item on USB. It is going to use more power though. We've got 4 watts instead of 1 watt, and that's because it's running the inverter over here to this instead of just using the internal system here. So keep that in mind, that it's going to use up more of your power. All right, so we now know that the little inverter works, and also the various, let's see, you got to hit that just right or it doesn't go back in. There we go. All right, so yes, all the functionality of this little unit seems to work. Everything that was just done has reduced the battery from 100 to 99. So I think what I want to do is plug up this inverter and then plug up the fan, and we'll see what the wattage is on that, and let it do a discharge test so you'll know how this compares to its rating. Okay, I'm going to charge this back up to 100%, which shouldn't take long. Plug that back up, and we've got the watts coming back in now. So when this hits 100%, I will do the discharge test of the 280 amp hours that this is rated for. Okay, it just took a couple of minutes for this to hit 100%. It said 100 right here for a moment, and then the screen has gone black. So it is now fully charged. All right, so I'm going to get this test underway here. Move those to the side. So hopefully we'll be able to see the display showing the watts being consumed here. And then I will also be able to set a timer, and so we will know how this thing is performing. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is touch the power button. It shows 100% here, and it has 1 watt because this little LED is on over here on this inverter. So we'll go ahead and plug this up, and let's go ahead and turn this up to the highest level, which is 3. See if it'll settle on a value real quick. We've got the stopwatch going. It's really fluctuating between about 70 and 82 are the values that I'm seeing so far. So we'll just let it do its thing here. It's kind of inconsistent, but we'll just find an average. Let's say about 75 or 76 will be the number we go with, and we'll just let it run for the next however long it's going to take. So if I have 280 watt hours divided by 75 watts, we're just going to call that the average. It should take 3.73 hours for this to discharge. So that's what I'm going to go with. So I will see you back in about 3 hours to see how this is doing. About 10 minutes into the test, the watt value dropped from the 75 to 80 range down to the between 55 and 66 range. So I think that might be our new value. We'll do somewhere around 66 there and call it good. But anyway, 25% left, and let me see what the current time is here on our stopwatch. 2 hours and 41 minutes, so we are still doing quite well on this test. Down to 4% on this battery, so it's almost done. We must be getting close now. 1%. It's been 3 hours and 35 minutes, so looks like we're going to be somewhere around the 335 to 340 for this test. Okay, the unit just turned off. Let me stop this here. Fan's turning off, and this says 0% on the battery. Cool. All right, turn that off. So we were 10 seconds away from 3 hours and 40 minutes. So let's just go with 340 there. Now, so we had at the beginning, the first 10 to 15 minutes was running closer to 80 watts, and then it kind of settled down to about 60. So it's a bit mixed here. But let's say we had 280 watt hours and divided by, let's just say 70. So that would put us at 4 hours. And so we had 3 hours and 40 minutes. So we got pretty close. And let's just do 280 divided by 75 would be 3 3/4. So anyway, we are pretty close to that 280 watt hours good enough that I would actually call it successful. Some of it may have been a little loss running through the inverter. Let's check to see if this thing is hot. No, not even a little bit. It's cool to the touch. Nice. All right. Well, I'm going to charge this back up, but first let's see how well everything fits into the storage bag. So we got this to go in there. That can kind of fold down a little bit. And we've got these cables for the jump starter. We've got that USB-C, this little hook, and let's see, I think that's all for now. So let's go ahead and see if everything that came in this package will fit in this storage bag. That goes in nicely. Nice. So you could easily store this bag in your car. I don't know if it would go under a seat, maybe, especially if you were in a bigger truck. But that right there has everything you need to get your car up and running. So if you had jumper cables, they would be this big at least. So this is going to be able to do way more than what your jumper cables could do. So my list of pros, it has a light on there, which is ideal, especially if you're going to have to do stuff on your car when the battery is dead. It has a nice big display, which shows you the exact percentage left on the battery and how much watts you're using. So you can kind of keep track of where your battery is. Very simple, just has your one power button and then your boost feature up there. So it's hard to mess up those buttons. And it has plenty of outputs with a barrel plug, the cigarette lighter, the USB Type-C, and then the two Type-A's. And then also, it's not very heavy, so you could carry this through a parking lot to charge somebody else's vehicle if you needed to. Yeah, so as far as the cons go, the only thing was it would have kind of been nice to have hooked up this little inverter to the cigarette lighter, but it was just too cumbersome to fit in any of my cars. So this pretty much just works well with this battery here. So other than that, it's a nice product. So I definitely appreciate this company sending this to me. Well, if you have questions or comments, leave those down below and I will try to get to them. Otherwise, check this out in the links down below and I will see you in the next video. Bye.